Hello, hello, crafty peeps. Welcome back to my channel, Crafty-ish Kristyn. Today, Sharky is here, hopefully briefly, to help me do a post review and a kit down of this adorable pink masterpiece right here. This is Catnap, and it is by the artist Tony, I'm going to say Kayo, if I get that wrong. Big old apologies on my behalf. This is a Bella Art Diamonds kit. It is square drills and it is 60 by 60 centimeters. And I very much enjoyed this kit. I will say I enjoyed probably like this part. I enjoyed this part of the kit a lot more than this part. Mainly because of the volume of color blocking, which sometimes is a good thing. It got a little repetitive towards the end. If I had been smart, I would have maybe worked on it, on the side. And then that way I could have gotten a little bit of, line blocking in here and then some color blocking. And then it wouldn't have been, saving it all till the very end. That was on me. That's not the kit's fault. And some people love color blocking and they don't like other things. So again, it's not the fault of the kit that I did not enjoy that part up there. This is finish number 20 for the year and finish number 64 overall. The only thing I did notice with this kit, there were a few parts that were a little bit slippery with the drills. I didn't write down the exact area, but if I remember correctly, I think it was kind of somewhere in here. It was definitely in the color blocking section. I remember that. Not enough that I would actually need to add any adhesive, but there were a few times where I'd put the drills down and they would just go whoop. But they did stay. And I have rollered this. If you see any drills that are kind of sticking up, this got put on the chair and then it kind of got folded over and then somebody sat on it. So I probably will need to go through and re-roller it. So there were not any issues with popping drills or drills not fitting. So if it looks uneven, that's because somebody sat on it. I did not run out of any colors, and I did have to take these out of my tray tower, my tiered tower thingy mabobber. That's why they're in the box. Did not run out of any colors. There were a few colors that were a little trashier than others, and this is my trash. So one square Tic Tac, pretty much filled. There were a few pinks that were, holy moly. I was a little concerned towards the end because I'm like, am I going to run out? But I did not. And, that is what matters to me. I understand that trash drills happen. You're making something microscopic and it has to be almost perfect to fit in, the little grids and the little everything. So I totally get it. As long as I have enough, or if I run out and the company is willing to send replacements or extras, then I'm fine with it. Sometimes we don't want to sit there and inspect every single tray before we put them down, but it is what it is. I think if I had to choose a favorite area, cat, obviously. This rug looks so cool. It almost looks like it's supposed to be a green pom-pom, mossy, magical rug. That was really fun to work on. The little stand here, the little table with the little radio and the plants was super fun. These were really satisfying to see come to life. The little cactuses and even the little boba and the girl over here with her pink chair and her pink hair, which I wish I could pull off pink hair, but my skin is very pale and kind of pink. It would look awful. So I know it would not look good, but it's a dream of mine someday, perhaps. The one, if I have to pick something like super nitpicky, I don't like the knees and the Band-Aid on the knees. I know that it's super popular in a lot of these art styles nowadays where people have Band-Aids, or they have like, I don't know if it's a Band-Aid or a sticker. Again, I'm not hip, so I don't know. Where people have like a sticker on the nose or a Band-Aid on the nose, and now Sharky is getting his tail in the way. Fantastic. I don't like the Band-Aid only because like looking at it from where I'm sitting right now, I can't fully tell it's a Band-Aid. I know it's a Band-Aid because I saw the art, but it almost makes me think that she has some kind of wound, but it looks a lot better on camera. So I think, again, like most diamond paintings, you take a step back and you go, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. If I could take one thing off, it would be the Band-Aid. I'm not even mad about the pink eyeshadow that, you know, would normally make me think maybe she has pink eye or something, but I don't like that. So nitpicky right there. Yep, I know, but no canvas, no project is perfect. There's always going to be something that maybe doesn't go according to plan or that you just don't like, and that's okay. So let me move this out of the way, grab my drills, and we will get started. Don't go anywhere. All righty, first color, got number 300. Ooh, that's probably the last time I can refill this before I have to actually get a second bag. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Before I forget, I hope everybody is doing awesome, well, and amazing. And if you are not, I hope that things get better for you soon. So you are awesome. Yes, you are. I would love to know when the weather starts changing, you know, getting fall, winter, is that when you feel like you thrive a little bit more in the colder weather, or is that when, you know, maybe spirits go down a little bit? I feel like I've had years where I've had, you know, one or the other, or even both, which is always an interesting thing when you're like, yes, I feel so great, and then you're just like, no, it's all sad, and I don't understand why I feel like this. I think it sometimes depends on, you know, what's going on in your life. I know in our family, we have had a lot of, what's the right word? We've had a lot of unpleasant things happen in kind of fall, winter, you know, losing family members and, you know, just major life events happening that maybe aren't super awesome. So I feel like this time of year, I'm always a little bit, I'd say more on edge than normal, but I'm pretty on edge all the time. If my husband was here, he'd be looking at me and just kind of like rolling his eyes at me like, when are you not on edge? Which is true. This color, super trashy. 353. That is definitely one of the ones that I had to be super, super picky about. And I do like to mark on the ones that I notice are more trashy, just so when I'm pouring them in my tray, I can kind of have a visual reminder of, oh, yeah, you might need to check your tray, you know? Okay, could you not do, okay, don't put it back in the container, Kristyn, put it in there. And there is that. No, I'm not going to be too worried about putting those on properly because I still have to take the little sticker mabobbers off of there. So. And yes, these are the ones that I need to trim the washi tape on the inside because they stick. Yeah. Maybe this will be the time.
maybe not. We'll see. I do need to use these containers because I need to kit up my canvas that I want to do for November. And that is for, and I'm not participating officially in this event, but Diamond Art Studio UK does do an event in, I think it's just November. I honestly don't fully know. I'm just kind of participating in spirit because if I try to participate officially, I will just psych myself up. So I'm just going to go in with, you know, no rules, relaxed attitude. And I'm going to be doing Purrenting, where it's a cute little canvas with a, I'm thinking it's a cat mommy based on her eyes, because her eyes look like she's seen some things and she's tired and she wants a break. And then she's got her little kitty babies all around her. Love it. Let's see, 519. So if you are interested in a kit from Diamond Art Studio UK, you can use my code Crafty-ish10 to save yourself 10%. And any points that I accumulate with the affiliate code, I am going to be giving away a gift card for a full-size canvas when I accumulate enough. And I did, I've written them down because I screwed up. Yes, I did. Shocking. I know you guys thought I was perfect. What? No, I'm not. When I ordered my temperature chart from them, there were some of my, reward points that were going to expire. And I was like, oh, okay. So I used the reward points, but I think I may have used some of the affiliate points. I mean, it was like $5 or something. So I am keeping track in my planner of if I earn some, just in case that happens again. So I know when I've hit, an amount that is for an entire kit. Because, yeah, I was like, well, that was dumb. Don't do that, Kristyn. Let's see. Oh, those are good. And I figure it will just be easier to keep track that way. Just in case I do order something and it, needs you to use it. Kind of like, when you have like a gift card and you kind of feel like if you don't use the whole gift card, it will expire or you'll forget about it. There have been so many gift cards over the years where I have not spent the whole thing and then it just gets, lost into oblivion. Yeah. So I will be doing Purrenting, and I was a lot concerned actually, because I asked people, which would you rather see? And Purrenting won by miles, which, I wanted to do both. I wanted to do that one and Enchanted Forest. But Purrenting, obviously people want to see Purrenting, which is fine. I love a good cat painting. But I was a little concerned. I was thinking, oh my gosh, the confetti is going to be thick. And surprisingly, it is not as confetti heavy as I thought it would be. So I'm kind of excited about that. I was like, yes, but it's not as much color blocking as this one was. Not even by a long shot. I would say it's definitely more line blocking. And I was thinking that it was a much bigger painting than it is. I was a little surprised and again excited that it is only a 50, I think it's 50 by 50. I could be wrong. So, yay. Yay. Nobody saw that, right? I won't edit that out for you guys because sharing is caring, right? Boop. Yep. Oh my goodness. Has anyone, okay, this is like maybe the most random kit down ever. Has anyone ever had a custom printed mouse pad done? I have an idea for like a pad, for my dining room table, because my dining room table is absolutely trashed because, we live here and we eat and we do crafts on the table. Yeah. So I saw an ad for a custom printed mouse pad. And I guess it's not a mouse pad, it's a desk pad, because a mouse pad is small, like this. But a desk pad covers a bigger area. So I did find one, and I'm interested, but I'm kind of scared, just because you don't know what the quality is going to be like. You know, what if the colors aren't what you initially think they're supposed to be? So yeah, I'm looking into it in my free time. Yes. Okay, why are they stuck in there like that? Come on, you guys. You guys. All right, let's see. And I realized I should just be leaving these off so have more incentive to cut them, but I'm not. Okay, we need box number 2. We had a school thing last week. I don't even remember. And you know how, and I get it, schools, they can't let the kids hang out unattended at school, you know, in case they get into mischief or they hurt themselves or something, you know, like that. But there was a game of some sorts at school, and you know, some of the kids wanted to go to it. Well, you can't hang out at school, so school gets out at like 2:30, 2:45, and the game starts at 4:30. It's like, what are they supposed to go home and then, you know, just like turn around and come back? You know, I don't remember what it was like when I was in high school, but I also didn't go to those things because I didn't really want to socialize with people after school, you know, and I had a job and responsibilities and stuff. So I offered to, you know, take kids to Chick-fil-A or something, you know, to kill an hour before they basically would just have to turn around and come back to school. So I did that, and I was a mess at Chick-fil-A. It was so embarrassing. I mean, the kids weren't paying attention to me. You know, they're lost in their own teenage world, and I was sitting, you know, on the other side of the restaurant. I can laugh at myself, okay? I can laugh at myself. So the person, you know, the employee, which, side note, their employees are so friendly and kind, and like you probably don't get paid enough to be this nice to people. You really don't. So I was sitting there, and you know, they brought the food, and so I was trying to hand food and the drink, you know, for the teenager to his food, and I grabbed the soda, which I don't know what I was doing. I grabbed the soda by the lid, like the top of the lid. No, I know. And it spilled all over. I was like, oh my gosh. And so, you know, the guy just handed me a bunch of napkins. So I used the napkins. I was like, can I have some more napkins? And he said, oh yeah, of course, you know. So he went and got some napkins. And then I was so embarrassed. And so then I was cleaning up the mess. And then I went to go sit down at my own table. And I didn't realize that there were these plastic vases on the table. They had flowers in them. I didn't realize there was water in the plastic vases. So here I am. I just like slam my purse on top of the table because I don't want to put it on the floor because I'm in a public fast food restaurant. And I knock over the vase. And the flowers spill out and the water goes everywhere. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And this poor girl who works there, she's like, oh my gosh, let me get something. I was apologizing so much. I said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is the second time I've spilled in like 3 minutes. She's like, it's okay. It's okay. She kept calling me ma'am, which I'm sure they have to, but a little piece of me dies inside when somebody calls me ma'am, just because while I may be in my 40s, sometimes I don't feel like I'm a 40-year-old. So I'm like, I'm not a ma'am. I mean, I am, but I'm not. So, she's cleaning up this water, and this water is like multiplying itself. it's just like, you know, how they say, you know, rabbits breed. This water was breeding. It was just, I don't know. There was a vortex, or, you know, one of those Minecraft things where, you know, you put one bucket of water down and a whole river floods. Yeah. So she had to keep going back and getting more rags to clean up this water. And she's like, it's okay. I was like, do you want me to move tables? And she's like, no, no, no. So I'm trying to eat my food, and this girl who's probably making minimum wage is cleaning up the spill that I made. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I feel like the biggest dork right now. It was bad. It was so bad. I just felt, yeah, it was a day. And then, you know, she cleaned it up, and then she came back with these, I don't know, like disinfectant wipes. And I was like, oh my gosh, now she's having to disinfect the chair and the floor. Yeah. I made sure to wipe down the table really good, because guess what I did? I spilled my buffalo sauce on the table as well. And I was like, I am not admitting this to anybody. So I was using my napkins to, you know, clean up the buffalo sauce. It's like, I'm going to go sit in my car now. Okay, great. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I dropped people off at the game, and then I was like, I'm going home. I'm not sitting at this volleyball game or whatever game it was. And I said, you know, text me when you think you have about, you know, 20 minutes left, right? Because it'll take me about 20 minutes. And so I get a text, and he's like, I don't know what they're doing, because he doesn't go to games either. And he's like, they're doing a lot of yelling and, like, you know, cheering and like saying, you know, things. And I'm like, okay, well, is the game over? He's like, I don't know, because apparently it was tied. So he's like, I think there's maybe 20 minutes left. I'm like, okay, good. Well, no, they went into overtime. So I'm sitting in this parking lot. It's getting super, super, super dark. It's, I don't know, I think it was maybe 7:30, getting close to 8 o'clock, you know, and I'm mentally done, because I've been out running errands all day, you know, doing stuff, being productive, you know, and now I'm just sitting in my car for a good 45 minutes waiting. Yeah, it was he's like, I'm done. I'm just going to leave. The game's not over, but I'm done. I said, okay, I won't argue that at all. You go ahead. You get in my car. We can leave. Yeah, it was a long night. I mean, and some people will be like, that is not a long night. That's a long night for me. Because, yeah, I just want to be home in my pajamas, watching something on the YouTube or something. Just, yeah. I don't want to be out driving at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. That is my worst nightmare right there, is being out and driving late. Well, we survived. We did survive. Ooh, look at that. A brand new color. Oh my gosh. This one was super trashy too. Super trashy. Okay, I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to, there. Just going to push him over there. And then I have to cut the tape off the bottom because it's too sticky. See? There. Yeah, see, because look, it's like ripping off now. And it's leaving tapey goodness, residue in there. Not good. Not good. My mom and I, we have, you know, we go to the grocery store around the same time every week. You know, Monday morning, we're at the store. And, you know, there's always some employees that are usually there. You know, you recognize, you get to know the regulars. And there's one vendor, you know, who works for a different company but comes in and fills the shelves. And he's probably been there, I don't know, years. And so we've had lots of, you know, there's lots of people that you kind of see come and go, but this person has always been the same. And so, you know, he would always be in the aisle when we were trying to look at stuff. And so he'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry, you're blocking your, I'm like, yeah. And so, you know, then once you know somebody, you feel like you guys can kind of, I mean, and I'm more of a, let's joke around and, yep, you are in my way. You know, I'm going to push this cart right into the, you know, street or whatever. And so, you know, he's gotten to kind of know us and, you know, like if my mom wouldn't be with me one day, oh, is your mom okay? She's not with you, you know? That's the kind of, you want to have a rapport with people because I feel like, I don't know, at least around me, I feel like there's a lot of people that don't even stop to, you know, give you a little smile or a friendly nod even. But he had mentioned that he was going to try to get transferred somewhere else because he wanted to move because shockingly, King County area that we live in is incredibly expensive and overpriced for what you have. And, you know, he had said, I put in a thing, but, you know, who knows if I'll actually get to go and who knows how long it will be. But I think he may have actually gotten moved because we have not seen him for over a month. It kind of makes me sad, you know? I mean, good for him if he got to move and that's what he wants, but it just kind of makes me think back to when I was a kid and, you know, you had a friend at school and all of a sudden they moved, you know, and you never heard from them ever again because you didn't really, unless you exchanged addresses or not, you couldn't even do telephone numbers because if they moved, you wouldn't know how to call them. It just kind of made me think of that, of, you know, all the people that you've met in life and now you don't hear from them or, you know, you lose touch or whatever. You know, my kids, they, you know, be like, oh, my friend's moving. It's like, yeah, but you have the internet now, you know, you can still in theory keep in contact with people a heck of a lot easier than, you know, we could have when I was your age, kids. If somebody moved away, it was like they didn't exist anymore. I mean, we definitely have our people at the grocery store that, you know, you look around and you're like, oh, I'm going to that line because, you know, I like her. Or, oh yeah, he's fast, we're going to him. You start to know the people a little bit when you've been going to the same store for a while. Okay, 3727. Is it just me or does anyone else have a worry when you don't see somebody, you know, a regular employee somewhere, maybe at your favorite restaurant or somewhere you shop? Let's see. I can't remember how many special drills were in here, but I think I may need to push those out of the way. I may need to make baggies for them, potentially. Yeah. I know there were several. I was kind of shocked, but they weren't what do you call it? It wasn't overly heavy-handed with the special drills. I don't feel like it was very minimal, I would say. I mean, the green rug did have some, and the plants, but I can't remember if there were any pinks. We'll find out when I put them away. Oh, look at that. Oh, we will find out. Oh man, look at that. Can I fit just a few more in there? I don't know. Maybe. Oh, I can. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that'll be a next time problem. Oh, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. That one is really full. Wow. If that one leaks all over, I'm in so much trouble. Oh, wow. Look at the colors in that one. 3778. That's some different colors in there. That's for sure. Wow. Okay. Those ones don't need to be trimmed, but I can't get it out with the dryer sheet in there. Let's see, 3825. Oh yeah, that one was super trashy too. 3825. Pale pumpkin. I would not call that pale pumpkin. That's not pumpkin to me. That's more of a apricot color, in my opinion. But they did not ask me for my name suggestions, so I feel like they could have been a lot more creative with the names instead of, you know, pale purple, pale violet. No, come up with something super creative, like, I don't know, lavender splendor or something like that. You know, make us excited about seeing that name. Because like this one is mauve light. Oh, mauve light. That makes me want to run to that color and use it. No, it doesn't. Oh, that one needs to be taken out. But again, nobody asked me. There's that. Choo-choo. Okay, come on. I need to collect all of these little bits of dryer sheets so I can reuse them. Okay, those are regular drills, and then the rest of these are the special drills and the trash. We're just gonna put Mr. Trashy Trash over there. Yeah, there was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 special drills. That's a lot of special drills. I'm not mad about it. 3836. Put that in there. There. What I should have done is already had a box, but clearly I was not thinking when I got all this out. There's that. Okay, that is the end of the regular drillages. Now, let's put these in here. The special drill box. We have some ABs and some glimmer, shimmer, dusty drills. So let's do the ABs first. We have 211. And I do have a 211 AB. Thank you. Thank you. Love when that happens. Okay. And what's next? These are the ABs. We have 906 and 907. That's not ABs, Kristyn. No, it's not. Pay attention. Don't tell me what to do. All right. 823, 9. Here's 906. I have 906, but I don't have 907. And I'm going to remember that I have stickers right here. Make a new bag with the bag with the sticker. Use the stickers, Kristyn. Use the stickers. Use the sticker. Oh, of course. Why would I put them in order? 907. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, come on. Come on. Get off there. 907. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. You're beautiful. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. 907. Okay. And my phone keeps beeping. Guess who is messaging me? That's right. It's Miss Mush Mush, Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting. Yep. I knew she would start messaging me the second I started filming. Anyways, before I was so rudely interrupted, I knew she would text me when I started filming because she had sent me a bunch of messages and I was trying to respond to them. And then she said, AFK, away from keyboard, filming. I'm like, why would you send me a bunch of things that I need to respond to and then walk away? Evil. That's evil. Okay, these are, I don't know. That's stuff. We're not dealing with that right now. 3865. I'm pretty sure I have the shimmery, glimmery 38. Oh, I do. That one's full. I don't think I can fit that in there. I'm pretty sure that that's going to be another one. Do I have another sticker for 3875 though? 3865, not 75. You guys knew what I was talking about, right? Okay. 3865. Yes, you did. Okay. 3865. I love these stickers, although when you're doing special drills, you know, you're going to have ones that don't ever get used because they don't make special drills in every color. At least I don't think they do. So you do kind of have to be aware. Well, we're just going to put both those there. 819. 819, 8. Here's 819, 818. Oh, come on. Yeah. Oh, another really full one. Wow. I'm going to start using these special drills for something special. Ha, ha, ha. Yes, I know. I am a poet and I didn't even know it. You know what you also could do? Just thought of this. You could use the sticker, the label, and put it on the bag. If you have overflow, or not even overflow, but you just don't want to make new stickers because you're lazy or you're not feeling it, or you don't have stickers near you. Yeah. That would be a very smart thing to do. Did I think to do it? No, I did not. Okay. We have 976. Oh, look at that. Another one. Fantastic. You go in there. Brown. Brown was the other color with the shimmery. Wait, no. No, you didn't move your ruler, Kristyn. 975 and 97 something, and then 600. Oh, 600. Look at that. Burp, 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 burp. Go me. Okay. There's that. Woohoos. And push in those extra drillages. And let me get cleaned up. Through the magic of editing, it's going to be clean. Ta-da! Table is clean. Drills are put away. Canvas probably needs to be rollered, but that's a later Kristyn problem, not a right now Kristyn problem. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me while I kit down, cat nap. If you have not, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, hearting, farting, doing all the things. And I will see you again very, very soon. Big awkward hugs. Bye, guys. Hello, Sharky. Hello. Dude. No. Could you not move the camera, please? We're going to be needy today, aren't we? Okay. Listen, I need you to get your cute little bottom off my canvas. Okie dokie. Sharky! Okay, how about, can you just, if you want to say, go over there. Okay? Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna, oh, get your tail away from my sparkling water, cat. really hope no one can hear that sound. That is the cat licking a nylon tube, one of those little toys that you crawl through. He's licking it, and I'm gonna have to go crush his dreams right now and take it away from him because he's gonna do that for the next hour. I'm so sorry. Oh, he's following me. He's following me. Send help. Boop. Box number 2, box number 2. How are you? Come on. Please tell me you didn't drink your root beer in the shower. You're not old enough for shower beers. Magic of editing my butt. More like magic of Kristyn having to work.